currently here in Manchester, and we're doing a job for Radisson Hotels. We've worked with them before this way, and so that was my only other time to Manchester. And it's an awesome city because you can kind of get about it all in the same day. So in between a few bits here and there on this job, I might see if I can get a few snaps. As you probably noticed, I'm using the Leica M2, and I've got the 21 Super Angulon on here, the f4. I've got some XP2 loaded in, and we're going to snap away. Very still there. I'll tell you what drew this camera to me is I've had an M6 now for 2 years or so, and God, dreads know how many rolls I put through it. And I wanted to test myself by going even further into the analog world. No light meter, no anything. I'm just purely eyeballing stuff. And that sounds really fun. And I haven't seen the images yet, and they might be completely blown out, completely underexposed, maybe a bit of both. And I think sometimes even those inconsistencies within film bring beauty into the work that you do. But having this Leica M2 and the 21mm with a viewfinder, it feels simplistic. It feels that you really have to work for your images, and I've been really enjoying that process. The reason why I've been leaning into 21mm, and I've been doing that with the channel in the last few videos, trying to find the perfect wide lens. People say 28's a wide lens. It is a wide lens for most, but for me, that's kind of the normal lens. And I love 28mm. I'll always shoot 28mm. And I think for my environmental portraits, I'll show you a couple here. They're really interesting because you show people in their actual scenario, and you get to learn a little bit more about the subject, because it's not just a picture of their face. It's about where they are and what their surroundings are and how that relates and correlates to them. And so with this 21mm, obviously you get a huge wide angle. It just tells much more of a story, and I really like it. And I think the other thing, I was talking to Will this evening over a bit, and I was trying to work out, why am I currently getting drawn into 21mm? And I think it's because there's been a few scenarios, even photographing today or over the last few weeks with 21mm, that I've shot something and gone, God, I wish I had a 35mm here or a 50mm and I could focus in on that. And then I remind myself, the thing is, if I took that image that I've just taken on the 21mm and I took it on a 35mm, all I've done is I've created the exact same image that probably everyone else sees. When you walk up to something, you see a 28mm, 35 or 50 with your eyesight. That's kind of what people are drawn into. I naturally see 28, so people see 35, whatever. And that's why we see all those images. And because photography in today's world is so diluted, and that's great. I love that everyone shoots photos. I have no issue with that. I think it's amazing. It's such a wonderful way for us all to see the world without actually ever having to go there. But 21mm allows you to get a completely different perspective that allows you to break apart from the normal. It encourages you to take a completely different image. And that is what is drawing me to this at the moment, as I'm a little bit bored of seeing the same images over and over again. And also knowing that with my skill that I have with photography, I probably won't be able to achieve what other people have achieved. I'm not as good at photography as other people. I'm hoping it will break apart a little bit of the images from my previous workflow of shooting 35mm or shooting 50mm or etc. You're sort of thinking, how can I improve? I feel like I'm taking the same images that I took 2 years ago. And probably because you've got the same set of eyes, the same camera, and the same lenses. And now having to really think about things differently. And yeah, it's encouraging me to do that. There's no narrative behind any of these videos. I didn't try and say this, the camera of my dreams, or the lens that turns every image into poetry. I don't hate those images and those titles that you see on YouTube. This is just me having fun with the camera, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Oh, it's been early start. We got up at like 4 just to get some early shots. And for the project, not for stills unfortunately, there is this one area that's going to look fucking gorgeous that I'm quickly going to snap before getting to the top of this car park, where I'm getting like an entrance shot. And just while the light's like this, I have also bought the monochrome with the 35 close focus lux. And oh, here it comes, ready. Oh yeah. Guys, definitely winging that there. I wish I'd had the M6, the light meter, just to at least get a bit of a sense. I know there are light meters you can get on your phone and stuff. Any ones that anyone recommends? Maybe I should get one of those just in case none of these are coming out. But up to the car park. No real opportunities up here. On a 21, they're not sort of, I imagine like landscape photographers don't really like 21, it's almost too wide, unless you're in like a cave or something like that. But you want to be close and personal to the action, so nice to see the sunrise. But now I've got to get on to some actual work, and then I'll come back to this. $115. Well, it's a beautiful day. Started off a bit grim this morning. We're actually down on the south coast today, about late from Manchester, and a friend of mine is setting up a festival called Hike to the Mic. I was a bit wiped, so we didn't end up getting up early and driving down, because it's about 2 hours from home. But we're here now, and I think there's going to be a bit more of a hike. We're going to meet one of the musicians that's playing at this festival, and yeah, these are some of my oldest mates and my best mates, and it's going to be a bloody giggle. And Jen's here with me as well, and I've got the SL3 because I wanted to get a couple of snaps for them, try to strip it down, and I've got the 35 Similux for that, and yeah, we've still got quite a bit to go.
Shit. I've been doing all these video edits. It's quite fun.
Yeah, they're good. And we're around the corner from Super Angulon now. Yeah, so here's the Ellis's, Jimmy.
And from Folkestone you can see Dungeness as well.
Oh, nice.
And on a really clear day you can see here from Folkestone. Lloyd's song, they're like, yeah.
Today I'm gonna sing Shell Lloyd by Shell Lloyd.
And then the mum comes in. And there's kind of shite in it.
Broken bread, I wanna know you less. Morning routine, smoothie, fruit and frozen veg. You don't impress, you're just holding tense. Old interests, What's love to behold's interest? What's the do's and don'ts? What's the no's and yes? You put your nose in so much and I wanna know what's next. End in tears, end in one big mess. I like to party too, I got the coldest step. Stick out my soul and chest. Weren't always like this, weren't always blessed. Thought that I went insane, thought that I lost my head. Everyone goes through things I know and I don't know what's next. What's to come? Answered all my prayers. I'm not a holy man, but you make me a wholesome prayer. Things always improve. Trust me, that one there might feel like no one cares, but I bet someone does bear. Don't give up, don't you dare. Handle with care. Handle with care.
Had a fun day so far. We've been hiking out and about and having a few jars along the way. We're now about where Callum, who's setting up the festival, he lives here, and it's in Kent, a place called Folkestone. And yeah, the light is just getting to that really nice time of day, but also there's been this like slight smog haze in the air, and it's acting as a little bit of diffusion, and so the light is really nice. It's not quite as harsh. So yeah, we're gonna go have a bite to eat and indulge in a few more jars. But yeah, feeling very, very lucky and enjoying this camera. I think it's the lens predominantly, but it's actually starting to, you know, it's been around your neck for a while, you do feel it. It's definitely heavier than like the M6 and something like a 28 Elmerit. You know, that's a nice lightweight setup. This feels a bit heavier, a lot of metal here. So yeah, still haven't seen any of these images, you know, since Manchester and this, but hoping they're all coming out right. Really don't enjoy the loading process of the camera though. We'll get into that a bit later, I'm sure, but anyway, gonna have a lovely day, lovely afternoon and evening. Might even see a little bit of live music again. So yeah, live music, cameras, beers, friends. Couldn't ask for anything better.
If I'm honest, then I'm scared of things is to come. Put my shoes on, then I'll run, but I can't outrun some. Know myself, grow myself, just myself on my ones. I can't change all the things that I know that you done, but it's a long way to go. When you go, then you're gone. So yeah, I'm fucking scared. Pour my heart out so much, now there's nothing there. Try so hard to get out my head, but I'm stuck in here over and over again. It's like nothing's fair. There's got to be something else here. Yeah, there has to be. If it doesn't get better here, then we have to leave. All the thoughts I had when I was young are coming back to me. If I could go back and change things, I would happily. If I could go back and change me, I would never do it, only compete with myself. So I'm never losing. There's a few things about me that I'm never doing. Losing you was one of them things, but I never knew it. Like I believed in spirits, and I can't see the difference, cause I can't see you in reality. I keep your pictures where I'm from. I'm the best, say it proud with my chest. If I'm not, then who is? Cool, I can wait till then. I'll wait with the trees here, they'll always still be here. When we're not here and leave here, I can't breathe here. My friend said this music sounds deep. Well, it's a deep year, and I'm a deep boy with deep thoughts. So I speak here, cause this is my place, my space. Not streams here, I'm in the right place. Wrong time, I shouldn't be here. Look at who we let lead here.
Okay, you ready, Pre?
Actors that don't do their own stunts. Only thing I think of when I think of you is cunt.
Just had a couple of jars, but it gets to that point in the evening. It's not super dark, but I'm already down at like, I would guess about a 15th, maybe a 25th of a second, and you're gonna get too much motion blur for even just a static image, and you'll try and stay super still. So something to bear in mind when you're using a lens like this is you write yourself off pretty early doors. You can even chuck in like Ilford 3200. You might be shooting at maybe 125th of a second, but you've got to be pretty stable when you're shooting that. So that's just something to bear in mind. I think that's going to be it from Folkestone in Kent today. What an afternoon we've had. We're going to go for a couple of cocktails and have a burrito to finish. A few months later now, I've been sort of lingering on this video for a long time because of those images, which are so upsetting. And as I said in the text earlier, if you know why this was happening, let me know. Often it's something to do with the camera, but I don't believe it is, because it was fine for the first roll. Also, whenever I had the M2 in a portrait position, I found that you weren't getting the leaks. It was only when it was there in the landscape. So really odd. And I kind of still liked some of the images because it was more about the moments, the memories, but at the same time, it definitely ruined a lot of the images, you know, and took over too much dominance of the image. It was like a black smudge just coming in from the left. So not ideal, but it is what it is. I do love that 21. Wow, I am obsessed. I really, really want to be able to mount it onto this M11 mono, but it's to the, what do you call it, the flange distance, I believe. The rear element is too close to the center. It's too high risk, from what I've been told, unless anyone's got any experience with that. But in short, great camera, really fun to use. It did make me slow down because I had to try and speculate what this light's doing. But I do also think some of those images were not correctly exposed. And so that is my main disappointment, is I need a light meter. I'm not good enough at gauging light, and having the M6 and the MP to really choose that light for me is just brings me an element of safety, seeing as film is so expensive. You just don't really want to be wasting it. But yeah, what an experience. Really, really enjoyed it. And would definitely recommend it to people as well. And it's, you know, a lot off the price from some of the ones with light meters and some of the more modern day ones. But yeah, I guess like most of these videos, they're not a very comprehensive and extensive review. It's more of just a real use situation of how I found it, and I'm just not quite talented enough to use it. Not properly anyway, but I know that there are loads of photographers out there who will be a lot far more competent than I am, and really enjoy this camera. So that is it, really. Not great photos, really, really fun experience down on the coast. Very boring job in Manchester, working for Radisson. They're a dull client, I'm allowed to say that. None of them watch these videos. But yeah, lots to learn from. And thanks so much for tuning in and watching this one. A massive thanks to Red Dot Cameras for supporting this channel. So lucky to be able to try out a kit like that and show you guys what it's like and how to not use it. And yeah, big thanks to the Music Bed, and also Frankie Stew and Harvey Gunn. Use some of their music in here. Again, I just love it. It works so well for the channel, I think. So I wonder what you think. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to chat about. So I'll just see you in the next one.
In pursuit of something, in pursuit of something I can't find. Hold me like it's love then. Hold me like you love me through the night. If I can't sleep, I can't sleep. So I dream.